This week on West of Knowhere, we discuss the UnitedHealth CEO assassin being captured and the fallout from that. We also discuss the OnlyFans star who plans to sleep with 1,000 men, who was recently interviewed, or the video has recently came out after she had slept with 100 men in 24 hours, and she was crying and very distraught. And then we talk about tuah crypto coin that crashed, that left a bunch of investors with heavy losses, while Haley Welch, tuah girl, and some key investors raked in millions, basically. So we talk about that. And then in this week's Am I the Asshole? Is it bad to not take care of your wife's plants? We'd like to thank Pantera Girl, Colton Zamersla, Shane's dad, Andres Valles the God, which I'm told that it's on his birth certificate, Kevin Garahan, Chantel and Mark Stadler, Colby Jordan, Kylie Gangwish, and away we go.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, freak show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome back, kids and coaches, to another episode of West of Knowhere. I am Levi.
And I'm Shane.
And we're back in action. Yeah. I mean, it's been a whirlwind of like 3 days. It's funny because as we're recording this, it's been 2 days since the video's been uploaded. So,
Yeah.
There's only one comment, and it's Kylie complaining that her other comments got deleted when I had to re-upload the video. So sorry about it. We're on a specific schedule because somebody has some shit to do, I guess.
I gotta leave the country.
He's got to leave. He's fleeing. He's fleeing the country.
I gotta flee the country. Yeah.
Was he in New York a week ago? Who
Well,
knows?
actually, I signed up to be one of the 1,000.
Oh, you're going to England.
Yeah. So I gotta go over there and
Man.
get tested, wait
Yeah.
in line,
Oh, man, what a good tie-in to two things that is foreshadowing, No, he's got to go save the world or something. I don't know. Deployment's a calling. Don't come a knocking. Wait.
Something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, we're recording early so he can fly to undisclosed locations because we here at West of Knowhere support all OPSEC moves.
I like
you know?
it.
We don't say where he's going. But yeah, so we're doing it early. We have, like I said, no comments really. But there's been quite a few things happening in the
So many.
4 days since we recorded. It's so crazy because, was it the day after or 2 days after that that guy got caught?
Oh man.
It was so fast.
You got captured in the Mushroom Kingdom, man. It's fucking insane.
Yeah. Old Luigi Mangione, Maserati Bugatti Spaghetti. It's a time suck reference for those of you that know. But yeah, the guy, do you think it's Mangione or Mangione? Mangione.
It's probably Mangione, like you're saying it, but I
Yeah.
think I've watched on the
I
media.
bet American people were saying it Mangione, huh?
Yeah, I've heard Mangione a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it, though, because it's Luigi, so you'd be like, well, it's not going to be Luigi Mangione, because why the fuck would consonants change how they sound depending on what letters come after them? Yeah. Anyway, they got him. Pretty interesting how what a turn of events too, because so as we talked about, in case you are living under a rock, the CEO of UnitedHealth was shot in front of a hotel in New York City. suspect only seen through CCTV footage, and then also from a looks like the lobby of the hotel. Maybe he was flirting with a concierge or some shit. I can't remember. But you know, that's what we got on him. And then quickly, I started seeing a bunch of memes about McDonald's. And I was like, what's happening? And sure enough, they caught him. Some older lady that works at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, reported him in, called the cops on him, which is a key point to this because it'll come back later. But called the cops on him. He was arrested and has been brought to jail, and there's been so many pictures of him ever since he got picked up. So, yeah.
Have you seen the memes where it's just like him in a random place, and it's like, we of this company
Dude,
are vouching for him being
God, they're
here.
so good. And I mean, you know, just speaking for me, I know he was here helping me edit a video, so which I often do from sundown to sun up, you know, because that's the kind of dedication I have to all of the content that I put out. Obviously, he says after having to re-upload a video because he forgot to change the size of the logo, so it didn't cover half of his face. I'm what you call an expert in my field.
Dude, I think the one thing I'm most surprised about is the amount of like support for him killing a CEO.
Oh, here's the picture of him, by the way. For those of you who don't know.
So many.
Here he
Dude,
is yelling at a guy.
The side by side right there. The one by Fox. That one right there is like the side by side one right there with him in a suit and then him in the jacket.
Look at him. Wow. Okay. He works out. Well, maybe not anymore. He looks a little thinner there. Which we'll talk about too. Yeah. The public support, very interesting point. I do think that it's because it is such a relatable story. It's the same reason why Breaking Bad was such a popular TV show. A guy making meth to pay for his cancer treatment. You know, it is a story that is now synonymous with American healthcare systems. And this guy is like, I'm going to do something. I'm going to get the guy or whatever. And I don't know if you've read it, but his manifesto has been shared online.
Oh,
and
wow.
I happen to have a copy of it. He mailed me one. No.
Of course,
it's actually not that long. And so I'm going to read it because it's not that long. So,
okay.
He says, quote, just for legal reasons. So, to the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. This was fairly trivial. Some elementary social engineering, basic CAD, a lot of patience. CAD being software too. They suspected that the silencer was 3D printed. So,
wow.
Yeah, he continues. The spiral notebook, if present, has some straggling notes and to-do lists that illuminate the gist of it. My tech is pretty locked down because I work in engineering, so probably not much info there. I do apologize for any strife and traumas, but it had to be done. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming. A reminder, the U.S. has the #1 most expensive healthcare system in the world. Excuse me. Yet we rank 42nd in life expectancy. United is the indecipherable largest company in the U.S. by market cap, behind only Apple, Google, and Walmart.
Wow.
It has grown and grown, but as our life expectancy, I'm assuming that meant to be has, but no, the reality is these indecipherable have simply gotten too powerful, and they continue to abuse our country for immense profit because the American public has allowed them to get away with it. Obviously, the problem is more complex but I do not have space, and frankly, I do not pretend to be the most qualified person to lay out the full argument. But many have illuminated the corruption and greed, and then in parentheses, for example, Rosenthal, Moore, I'm assuming these are authors or some economists maybe, decades ago, and the problems simply remain. It is not an issue of awareness at this point, but clearly power games at play. Evidently, I am the first to face it with such brutal honesty. So,
I understand his thought process. I understand what he was trying to accomplish, but you can't celebrate a guy that murdered someone. Yes, the CEO was making morally gray decisions. They're shitty decisions. Like, like whatever. He doesn't deserve to be murdered for it.
Right.
So I think that, and this is causing one of those stupid ass arguments about everything else. You have the people on the left, mainly people on the left, celebrating his fucking, like, the fact that he did it. And you have people on the right going, well, how dare you leftists celebrate this guy's murder? And it's... yeah, I don't know.
Oddly enough that you bring that up, most people are actually in favor of I have a very diverse friend group on Facebook, and I've seen only one person who's from Canada talk about how it's weird that people are like, and compared it to like the Ted Bundy fascination. You know, there's a lot of like thirsty memes about this guy after it came out, you know, because of that picture, he's got his shirt off and whatnot. To which I will say there's a vast difference between the types of murder Ted Bundy did versus this guy. I don't remember people going, God, all of these college women are just making so much money as millions lose their lives because of poor healthcare. But, you know, I digress.
Yeah.
And I was having a conversation with somebody about the manifesto specifically. It's one of the most concise. It's very short. Usually they fucking wax poetically for 3 volumes. The Unabomber one is super long.
Yeah.
And they kind of, it's just like word salads most of the time. So it's short. And it's not like really that crazy. I mean, obviously he shot a guy. That's crazy. Yeah. But like his points that are being made, he's making good points, you know? Like it's true. We do have the most expensive healthcare.
Yeah.
And we aren't the healthiest people. Like that doesn't make sense. And it's crazy. It's a weird thing to have, and I talked about it when Mark was on here, but like the amount of effort that we've all experienced in like dealing with health insurance companies, or just the amount of money that certain things cost when they shouldn't. Like it does make sense why somebody would like people think that this is crazy, we got to do something. His actions, obviously, you're not supposed to kill people, right? Everybody knows that. B, you think this company that leveraged the lives of however many people that they let suffer and probably die because they couldn't get care because they couldn't pay for it, for millions of dollars in profit, really cared that one fucking guy got shot? You know why he was in New York City? They were having like a fucking like a board, not a board meeting, but like a meeting like that. And guess what? They didn't cancel that meeting. It kept going.
Yeah.
So, yes, you did make a point and you got yourself all over the news, and people do sympathize with the reason why you did it. But ultimately, is it going to do anything? Probably not. But to be fair, he did say he doesn't know what to do, and he doesn't claim to. So he just, I guess this is his like, everybody pay attention to how we're getting fucked. Because apparently we weren't aware. But yeah, I don't know. It's wild, but I was gonna say something else and I don't remember. Oh, I want to bring it back around to the the McDonald's thing. So, McDonald's employee calls him in, right?
Yeah.
They had a $60,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. So, struggling poor McDonald's employee was like, fuck it, I'm going to make a business decision.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and this is a scheme that these people have been running forever. The people who put out reward for any information
Yeah.
are hinging on the fact that you're going to call the police, because the reward money does not come from the police. There's a tip line that you're supposed to call.
Oh.
The police aren't going to give her any money. Yeah. So it's like a slimy fucking game that they're playing now. So Mario's probably going to come out of the woodwork and go after the CEO of the tip line or whatever. So, anyway, that's that story. I feel like you were about to say something and I kept cutting you off. So go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. I don't have anything to say. I mean, I said what I said already. Dude,
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, you
also,
think he's
though,
hot? I
like,
get it, dude.
he's so pretty. You know what I mean? Obviously, his
Oh.
thought process is great, but
Yeah.
how? Like, it's so crazy that you got out of the state of New York
Yeah.
and then got into Pennsylvania. You're like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna pop into McDonald's.
Yeah.
I think if you were on the run, you would just use DoorDash.
Yeah. Or, I don't know, use the drive-thru. Like, don't let him sit there and stare at you while you eat. He was wearing a mask in a McDonald's. Red flag. Nobody in McDonald's is wearing masks, even in the middle of COVID. Nobody's doing that. I remember I was gonna add on one more thing, because I did find this article. This guy's family had reported this guy missing in the middle of November.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They had lost touch with him. He's an adult, so it's kind of different. It's not the same as like when you have a missing kid. There's not really anything people can do about it. But he had undergone back surgery
Oh.
a few months prior to the middle of November. So maybe the middle of I don't know, middle of the summer, I guess. And I found a pic. Oh, here it is. So this is evidently the picture of his X-ray.
Oh wow.
Well, he's got like bolts in his lower spine. Looks like.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that United Healthcare was his.
See, that is what I was thinking, but I found the authorities say they don't believe it. I think he was just A, in chronic pain, and B, dealing with insurance companies and being like, dude, what the fuck? This is crazy. And you, even if United Health wasn't his, they still are the worst in terms of like how much they reject people and how wealthy they are in comparison.
Yeah.
You know? So I guess I don't have like that kind of level of chronic pain, but I have heard stories of people doing crazy shit because they are in pain for extenuated, like for a long time.
That's
usually it's like pill habits or like robbing a liquor store or something, but
yeah.
you know.
But doing that is like being mad at your like brother and punching your father. I don't know what I know that's not a great analogy, but like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like
I think ultimately the point is to send a message. It's not to make a whole lot of sense. It's not clearly like he's a well-educated guy. He went to Penn, I believe it was. He comes from a pretty wealthy family, has a lot of things going for him. So it's not like he doesn't already know that, you know, the normal route to take we're dealing with a guy who shot somebody in New York City. He's not.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
not
I'm
like
just,
he's thinking logically. Like you're trying to bring this logical argument to this discussion of this guy who shot somebody with
Yeah.
a handcrafted suppressor and shit.
that's
Like
pretty smart.
he's got his I mean, Ted Kaczynski was pretty smart, but he mailed bombs to people. So
Yeah. Yeah.
also,
No, I get
this
it.
guy did reference Ted Kaczynski and some online, like some tweets or something at one point.
God. Okay.
So, this is the kind of person that we got going on. I will say, in the fallout of him being arrested, the McDonald's he was arrested in has been getting fucking tanked with online reviews. Just fucking tanked. I think that they're trying to have a lot of them like deleted and stuff, but it is very funny that they like there's people talking about there's rats all over the place. Which, if you watch a lot of crime movies, rats being the people, snitch on people. Very funny. Very funny that is happening. And it's a McDonald's, so it's like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
gonna make money regardless. Yeah. So, let's go to the other story that you foreshadowed a little bit. Our girl, old Lily Phillips. The lady who wants to sleep with 1,000 men in 24 hours. And we were talking before we started recording that we were both paying attention kind of the same video clips and stuff. And I had seen this article pop up on Reddit, and it was talking about her after she had slept with 100 men. Like like somebody was filming a documentary about this event that she's trying to do.
Yeah.
And so the lead up is interviewing her after the 100 men. And after the 100, she slept with 100 men in one day. And afterwards, and it's kind of sad, honestly, like she's like so detached
And
from pretty much
distraught.
everything. She's crying. She is like just out of sorts, which, to be fair, she's probably been awake for 24 hours at this point. So a lot of it's probably that, but also the way she describes the ordeal, she's talking about, there was like this lack of awareness of how many men. She's like, I only remember 10 of these guys that out of the 100, like trying to think about it, she could only remember 10.
God.
Which is wild. I hope she's making a lot of money on this. I hope that she's going to pay for some therapy also. Just the thought process. She describes it. Let me find. Oh, yeah. She said the 24-hour period of sleeping with 100 men, she said it feels almost like kind of like being a prostitute where, you're kind of just, and she doesn't really connect that thought to anything, but like, I understand what she's trying to say. Like, these dudes are just using her at a certain point. Like, she isn't getting, like, sex is supposed to be enjoyable for everybody. Everybody's having a good time. She said she felt robotic, detached, like just, like, it is fucking crazy. Also, in this article that I found about it, says that she is going to make everybody wear condoms and have STD tests. So, we were halfway.
Also, there's a quote of her talking about how like the rule was 5 minutes per guy. Some guys went over that time limit. And
the 100.
Yeah, and I don't think all of them were wearing condoms, or at least they pulled it off because she was saying that she was going to let them finish wherever they wanted to. And I guess she had explicitly said not like on her, like not in her face, and there were guys that did it anyway. So I don't understand I feel like the chick who has the world record of 919, right?
Yeah.
Or however, whatever, what it was. I guarantee she had been doing porn for
Yeah.
a long
I think
time.
she was a porn star. Yeah. Like, it had
So-
already been accomplished at that point.
So so it's got to be something that you're just like, you become numb to, right? Like, which is weird to say.
Yeah.
You become numb to sex.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, most porn stars are acting, you know?
yeah.
So, yeah, there's probably a lot of that where they dissociate and, like, enter this autopilot. But, like, yeah. So I see what you're saying.
So it just seems like a lot. Like, I get it. Like, because like before she did it, she was like, "This has been my dream," and then afterwards, she was distraught. Like, it's got to almost feel like, because she was like, "I feel like a prostitute," but it's got to also almost feel just like you're just this like thing.
Like an object.
You're
Yeah.
not a person anymore.
Right.
Which has got to be a fucking insane feeling.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's got to have some... she's got to have some therapy lined up. There's no way. Hopefully she's sponsored by, like, BetterHelp or something. I don't know. Like, thinking about that aspect of it where, like, there's 100 dudes is a lot. 1,000 is insane. So every single one of those is signing up willingly to be part of 1,000 other dudes to have sex with this lady.
Yeah. There was a clip when she first made the post about the 100, and she
Yeah.
held her phone up, and her phone just went like
Yeah.
way more than 100 dudes was like, "Yo, I'll do this."
So what I'm saying is, you're gonna get the kinds of people that are okay hanging out with 1,000 other dudes, 999, whatever.
Yeah.
And also having sex with the same person. So in my mind, those people are like, this is fucking awesome. Like, they don't care that she's a person. Like, they don't give a shit.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
get what you're saying. Yeah.
Maybe they do. I doubt it. The kinds of dudes that sign up to be part of a massive train, I feel like, are the ones that, you know, are just in it for the story, basically. So I feel like she's gonna have to do some self-repairing mentally, physically, probably.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if she backs out.
Yeah.
Because think about it, 100 dudes was hard on your mental health. Now
Yeah.
multiply that by 10.
Yeah. Well, we'll have an update for you next week because she's doing it on the 15th. She's doing 300.
Dude,
So she's
no
ramping up.
way, bro.
Yeah. Also, I was thinking about it, obviously, and since the last time we talked about this, and you're like, well, if they don't finish, then it doesn't count. I'm betting they're probably getting ready in line. I didn't even think about that at the beginning, but, like, obviously.
Yeah, I was saying that at whoever the next dude is at the door waiting to go in, there has to be someone probably who's standing there whose job is to just go, "Come on, yeah, you're doing a great job. Oh, you're nice."
Fluffer action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that's got to be fucking an insane job too.
Yeah. And, you know, there is a different type of mentality for people who can, like, do that stuff. They have a different, obviously their brains are very different, where they don't have the same kind of, I don't want to use shame, but they kind of, you know, they don't worry about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, obviously they're freely expressing themselves in all of sorts of different manners on the internet.
Yeah.
And they're doing it for money. I can't even pretend to be, like, a Trump supporter for money, you know, like, to join the bandwagon of, like, grifting on, you know, conservative podcasting. You know, I couldn't do that. Couldn't do it. But they're like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just do whatever. I'll shove a pen in my butthole or whatever the fuck it is, you know? And so, like, those kinds of people exist.
Yeah.
We're dealing with mentalities of people we can't really comprehend. So she had some issues after the 100, but what I'm thinking is she's gonna fucking meditate real hard, and she's gonna come in with the 300, and she's gonna come in like Michael Jordan during his flu game, you know, just just like out of it, but also ready to get the job done. You know what I'm talking about? And
I get.
think
I mean, I
that's
get
gonna
it. I
carry her
understand the
Game
analogy,
7.
but like, I don't know. You're gonna. That seems like real soon, considering you just like traumatized yourself with 100. Now you're gonna go 300.
Well, I think the video of the aftermath of the 100 just came out. I don't think it was like that. I don't think it
I
was
don't.
like
It
that
probably wasn't
recent.
that
I guess
recent, but
maybe a month
still.
ago. I don't know. Because I would also assume you don't want to like space it out too far, right? Like if you're gonna warm up for your, she used the analogy in one interview of doing a 10K before a marathon. Well, if you do 100 a year before you do 1,000, I don't know if that's gonna do you any good. I could be wrong, but
I mean, if she's ramping up, then it's probably gonna be 1, 3, 5, 7.
yeah, October. So 100 in October.
Yeah. So then, and she's about to do 3 next month.
No, in like 3
A couple days. Holy
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
On
so
the
then,
15th of December. Tune in.
so
We're
I would
gonna live
imagine,
stream.
yeah, I would imagine in 2 months after that, she's gonna do 5.
Yeah, that
And
would
then
make sense.
2 months after that, 7.
Should we like start a pool? Should we have a? Should we bet on this? I don't know. I kind of feel bad after watching that video of her talk.
I do, dude.
I feel so bad. Like
Yes.
she is, she's exhausted as fuck, and like I said, she's just so like trying to process it. You can tell she's still trying to like come up with words, because I don't know how quickly they did that interview afterwards, but she's fucking like going through it, which is,
I didn't even think about the fact that she had been awake for 24 hours.
yeah.
That makes you, even if nothing is wrong, if you've been awake for that long, you become emotional.
Yeah, you're irritable, you're fucking soup, like, yeah, you're hot and cold, like, all over the place,
Yeah.
and, yeah, so, on top of the physical exhaustion that probably entails, granted, I don't know that she's gonna be doing a whole lot, or was doing, haven't watched the video yet, no, but I did see that, one of her comments, she's like, it is kind of sad because, like, it's not like I can do anything for them. Like, so that tells me she's just kind of laying there, right? Which is crazy to me, but
Yeah.
which, and also makes sense why she feels very detached from it, because it's just like hole's a hole, you know.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
speaking of the online grifting community, our girl, old Hawk Tuah herself, Haley Welch. We covered her pretty quickly. Probably, I think that video came out on like the weekend, and I think we might have talked about it pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I don't know that we've discussed it since, but she's gotten crazy popular.
Yes.
I think we did, because I was talking about like endorsement deals and stuff that she had, and I was like, good for you. I would like to retract that, because part of this money grabbing internet celebrity, newer internet celebrity culture, is that you get lumped in with some pretty interesting people. And I've seen her hanging out with the Paul brothers. I've seen her hanging out with some other people. And so, to surprise absolutely nobody, she had came out with her own crypto meme coin. Because why wouldn't you? And what was it, the Hawk coin or something like that?
Yeah, it was Hawk.
Or it was just
yeah.
Hawk.
Yeah.
And the coin had $500 million in market cap, and then lost 95% of it, and most of the people that invested got fucking hosed. And
Yes.
she, and then a group, this article just says a group of insiders pocketed $3 million. And obviously, like, she sold off her shares to And people are like, well, what the fuck? Which is hilarious because you're fucking investing money on digital cryptocurrency based off of a girl who was giving blowjob advice in a random video on the internet. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, you're not making good financial decisions.
Yeah. Well, they made 1.8 million dollars just off the fees of the trades.
Oh, interesting.
So
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure where the rest of that 3 million came from, but I know that I watched the video that they made 1.8 million off of just fees for people buying and selling the coin.
Well, I think the rest of the money is probably like, if you get more people invested, then it's worth more, right?
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
I don't know.
Um,
It's such a weird thing, but yeah, there. Like I saw one post, somebody either tweeted at her or something like, I invested $30,000 in this and now it's worth 200. And I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, there was a guy who invested 1.4 and now he only has $46,000. Like, and then on the other side of it came up 46,000. So like,
Yeah.
people got fucking. They're calling it like a rug pull essentially, and obviously all the company that she was with was a company called Over Here, and then she was working with Howie Mandel's like nephew or some shit.
Hell yeah. That's always a good sign. Just a random celebrity's fucking random relative. Even better.
Yeah. It's insane. And the insider people were other people at the foundation is what I kept seeing. The Haley Welch Foundation, or it's some foundation. I don't remember the exact.
Yeah.
I think it was the Haley Welch Foundation.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were, and the way they were describing it and defending it was that they were dumping the money off like they were to make money so they could keep paying money into the foundation.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like that whoever was like supporting this as like a company, I think you mentioned it, but I don't remember the name. Maybe is it Over Here?
Yeah, Over Here. Yeah.
I feel like it's these kinds of people who capitalize on the fleeting modern celebrity, and B, knew exactly what was going to happen. You get a crypto coin going, you get people to invest a bunch of money, and then you sell off while it's hot, reap benefits and watch it crash. And then if people get mad, you could blame the person it's named after. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't fucking plan this. I would marry her in a minute, but I know she's not that, like, she's not making these decisions. You know what I mean? Like, you could just kind of.
I'd like to. So I don't know, man. I think that's an angle people like to play. That she probably. I would imagine that she knew very well what was happening.
You think?
Because if she didn't, she wouldn't have sold off all her shares.
Well, I mean, it's like any celebrity that maybe she's not even in control of that part. Maybe she's got a wealth manager that's doing that. You know what I mean?
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was pretty on board with just saying that she knew what was happening.
I mean, we could blame her. That's fine.
You know what I mean? Because she was
my future
she was
wife, but
nobody
okay.
before that for that video. She was nobody.
Yeah.
She just
Right.
was just bebopping through life, and then she made
Yeah.
$30K off of fucking selling hats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she has been on 1,000 podcasts. She probably gets paid for all those.
She's got
appearances.
her own podcast too.
Yeah, she's got her own podcast, and then she has some animal foundation now too. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's very well possible that she was like, "I'm going to ride this for every penny it's worth."
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming we'll find out when she gets sued or something. This like, I don't know enough about crypto to.
I don't either.
But it feels like a 3-step away from Bernie Madoff situation. You know what I mean? Like, it's very slimy. Like this specifically, this kind of thing, super slimy, and I don't know. I don't like it. Anyway, so you can buy the West of Knowhere no.
Yeah, West of Knowhere meme coin. Come on.
Yeah, dude, fucking give us all your money. We promise we won't sell it right away. We'll wait 5 minutes and
All of our subscribers will get pre-sale. You know what I mean?
yeah, and we'll send you one. We'll cut up a fortune cookie and we'll send it to you for your purchase. That's how much we love you. Yeah, I mean that's all I got. Those were the things I wanted to talk about today.
Okay, well, then we'll roll right into it. First off, if you made it this far, thank you. We appreciate you. Stop what you're doing. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment, leave us a review, wherever you're listening.
Give us your money.
Yeah. If you want to become a subscriber and you want to hear your name at the beginning of the episode like you just heard, then you go to Linktree/wokpod, WOKPOD, and head on over to Patreon. And that's how you become one of our loyal subscribers.
One of us.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
That's right.
All right. Am I the asshole for not watering my wife's plants?
Oh, boy.
Me, 42 male, my wife, 41 female, have been married for 3 years. My wife has many good qualities. I don't know why he said that. All right.
Yeah.
But she is quite disorganized and more than a little lazy.
Oh, okay.
She loves gardening.
Yeah.
But I think it's more like she liked the idea of gardening because she's terrible at it. Dude, this dude's a dick.
Yeah. Not setting yourself up good to not be the asshole at this point.
Get ready for this next line.
Oh, fuck.
She is the Saddam Hussein of plants.
That's such a specific way to refer to somebody. Oh, my God. Her children kill thousands of plants at soccer stadiums is what I'm getting at.
Oh, no. All right.
Holy shit.
She not only has a poor idea of how to garden, parentheses, what plants need, what kind of care, etc., but mostly because she is so lazy, her plants die from neglect.
Fair.
The amount of care needed to keep her plants alive is probably no more than 5 to 10 minutes a day, but she can't even manage that. This dude is mad at his wife. That's all this shit is.
Yeah.
Her position is that it makes her happy and it doesn't really affect me, so what do I care? And my position is that it's slightly psychopathic to claim to love plants but not even put in a very modest amount of effort.
He wrote this right after the fight. 100%.
It doesn't make sense to me. Our compromise on this is that we just agree to disagree. I turn a blind eye to her wanton plant torture murder. So long as I don't have to participate, and she goes on happily throttling Mother Nature to death in the backyard.
Holy shit. This guy's got a way with words.
I love this dude. I bet he's fucking fun to talk to.
I bet he is too.
Our problem is that my wife is going on vacation for 3 weeks and now wants me to water her plants. I can do this very easily, so could anyone. But I have a moral objection. I don't want to be involved in her in her cottage industry of death. Oh, dude. To me, I'll be participating in keeping these tortured souls alive and maybe even giving them hope of a better life, only to have it dashed away when she returns in 3 weeks to resume her reign of terror. I can't, dude. I love this guy. My wife is claiming I'm being dramatic. I am. But I don't think I'm wrong. So we've decided to ask Reddit and we'll abide by the crowd's decision. Am I the asshole for not wanting to water her plants? Edit 1. Okay, wow, this ended up getting more polarizing than I thought. The consensus seems to be that I would be the asshole, or that I already am and never love my wife and deserve to die alone. So I will definitely look after the plants. I'm hoping that like any good children's movie, I can grow from being a grumpy curmudgeon to having a heartwarming relationship with a row of cherry tomatoes. My wife, who has read through your replies, notes that she is mortified at being outed as a registered plant abuser and will certainly try to do better. I myself have learned not to criticize her online because just as in real life, people like her are a hell of a lot more than me. People like her a hell of a lot more than me. which she has been cackling about for the last hour. Thanks, everyone. Edit 2. Guys, I threw in the towel like 2 hours. Like 2 hours ago after I made this post. It's now 24 hours later, and my wife has taken to randomly quoting posts from this thread
Oh, no.
that make me out to be the actual Saddam Hussein. Then she cackles. She's a cackler. She's like 600 comments calling me asshole, and somehow it's not over. I've done the math, and I won't win another argument until 2057. Please, mercy. I will water the plants. I don't think he's an asshole.
No, he's clearly got a good attitude about everything.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's got a very particular sense of humor that I appreciate, too.
Yes.
It reminds me of, like, you know, those, like, there's a married, like, one of your friends' parents, and the dad is just, like, always getting, like, one-liners off.
Yeah.
That's who this guy is, 100%. Like, he just is just that guy.
Yeah.
That everybody, like, he talks a lot of shit, but he obviously cares, because he was like, we'll put it to a vote, and if I'm wrong, I'll take care of the plants. And I hope he did, but it's very funny. I like it. I like the humility that he has. And the continued, all right, I get it, fuck. And that she's just, like, dogging him around the house. That's wonderful.
This dude is a legend.
He said they were 43 and 41 and they just got married?
They've been married for 3 years.
Yeah, okay, so...
Yeah, kind of just got married, yeah.
Older married couple. Not like old, but, you know, they're not about to fight about dumb shit. That's why they're, like, having fun with this kind of thing, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's an asshole here. I think he came in hot, but turns out he's got a good attitude about it and wasn't really, like, mad. It seemed he's clearly just talking a lot of shit. It's like, I'm just gonna roast you on the internet and they're gonna support me, and then it backfired on him, and he's like, all right, fine.
I mean, I appreciate his honesty. You know, at the top when he was like, she has many good qualities, but you know, she's quite disorganized and a little lazy.
Yeah, he's very direct.
Yeah, I
he doesn't beat around the bush, and that, I appreciate that about him. And if he did, he'd probably be dead because his wife didn't take care of it.
This dude's screen name, and it's gonna be the title for the show. Save the plants.
Nice. He made an account just for that.
Yes, he did.
That's so funny. I also like the moral dilemma of this, because he was like, I'm willing to kill these plants just to prove that you are a plant killer. Which is a recurring theme in this episode, I feel like. This guy kills plant CEOs, okay? I know he does. Oh, man. Wonderful. That's a fun one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I've started to look for ones that say asshole because they just seem better.
Yeah. Because on one hand, you're like, wow, this guy's a piece of shit. But on the other hand, it could end up like this, where it was like, it had us in the first half, you know, but he fucking won me in the end.
Yeah. He's like the anti-hero. The whole time you're like, I'm against him. And at the end, you're like, oh, fuck, you know what? Maybe he wasn't wrong.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a hero.
Yeah.
He's the best neighbor around. What about the murder? What murder?
We'd like to thank our friends, the Macabre Emporium, the Dark Windows Podcast, the Society of Cryptid Hunters, the Real Creature Feature, and of course, the Remedial Scholar, which has a new episode coming out very soon.
Yep. Buckle up. Honestly, it might be out already, depending on when this gets released.
Yeah, probably.
Or whenever you're listening to it, also. But all right, that's it. I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.